All right, guys, listen up. I got something important I want to tell you. Have you been seriously hurt? Because your injury could be worth millions. And when it comes to getting what you deserve, Morgan & Morgan will not settle for anything less than you deserve if you become their client. Just check out these numbers from the past couple months. $12 million in Florida. That's 34 times the highest insurance offer. Plus we did $26 million in Philadelphia, which is 40 times higher than the insurance offer. These guys at Morgan & Morgan are getting their clients serious results for victims of life-altering car crashes. And here's the best part. Their fee? Absolutely free unless they win for you. No upfront costs, no hidden fees. Just pure aggressive representation. So if you've been injured and you need a real heavyweight in your corner, don't wait. Your life could change with just a few clicks. You can start your claim right now. Just go to www.forthepeople.com/Chael. You can find that in the description. Or you can scan the QR code with your phone's camera. Morgan & Morgan, they're not just a law firm, they're a movement. For the people, by the people. You know, I gotta tell you, I don't really need much help over here. I really don't. It's a bit of a one-man band. Like, I don't even need a partner. I don't need to bounce off. I don't need guests to elongate. I don't need ideas. Most of the time. Most of the time, every now and then, you gotta tag somebody in. Every now and then. If I feel it would better the product or better the information I have to give you guys. Which is 99.9% opinion. So the big swerve ball is when I actually break some news. When I give you some actual information that perhaps you hadn't previously gotten somewhere else. I've always been in a position that somebody else will do that, and then I will give you an interpretation and or a response to. And you want to know why? You want to know why I'm telling you all this? I got a friend. I ain't got a bunch of them. But I got a friend, Danny Rubenstein. Now, this guy is like manager to the stars. This guy works with the top talents, and one of the many great fighters amongst his stable is Dricus Du Plessis. Now, Dricus had... And I've moved on from the fight. And that always can be tough to do, right? Like the way our news cycle works, you got a couple more days where you're still talking about what was. And then come Wednesday at a break in the week, we will move forward to what is coming up. But I must tell you, I don't like that. I don't like hearing it from somebody else. I'm a fan. I assume those of you that take the time to follow and listen to me are what we would call hardcore fans. If you're a hardcore fan listening to Chael, I'm also going to assume that you've seen the fight. And it would just seem a little bit dull to come and tell you what happened on a fight that I'm rather confident you saw. So what I like to do, what happens now? Where does that go? And 185 is pretty interesting. I love the fact that Sean Strickland, who's the #1 ranked guy, I love that he was named #1 contender. So that Dricus and or Izzy, right there in that moment, right, the moment one fight ends, the marketing for the next fight begins. Right there. And you're seeing Dricus is not Izzy. Now, Dricus does a good job in his own regard, but Israel Adesanya has never won a fight, and I do mean ever, taken that microphone and not let all of us know who he's fighting next. Nobody has ever steered their career. Everybody else's phone will ring and an idea will come about who your opponent is. Israel Adesanya started it every single time without exception. He would tell the world who he was going to fight next. And I only share that because Dricus was in a very unique spot where it's going to be Sean Strickland. It's already been named Sean Strickland. And Dricus, as opposed to accepting Sean Strickland, building something towards Sean Strickland, throwing the first shot towards Sean Strickland, actually rejected the idea of Sean Strickland. Now, that can be helpful in and of itself. I don't dismiss it. If you're saying the guy's name, you're doing your part to a degree. I'm just trying to show you a distinction between the two approaches of our current champion and our former biggest draw. So, I reach out to Danny Rubenstein. Let me tell you what I told Rube. My friend! Oh, you know what? I can't tell you. I made him a video. Can you guys see that on my phone? I made him a video. You know where you make a video and then you send it to a guy? That's very personal. That's personalizing as best that you can do, considering I'm sure Rube was at the fight in Perth. Like, you can just pick up the phone and call him and the time change is different. It's personal. Can you agree with that? And I said, but what I asked him was, hey, it'd make me look good. If you're still there with DDP, it would make me look good if I could have a statement from him. And it looks like you got a number of directions to go. From Strickland at 205 pounds to accepting a challenge from Pereira. But if you could throw me something so I could come out and say, and then I could even put it in my thumbnail. I talked to DDP. DDP told me, right, and I could finish that. He's red hot right now. That would be good for me. And I admitted that. I came clean. I am not looking to serve you. I am looking to put myself over. Please help me to do it. You want to hear what I got back? Do you want to hear what I got back? Now, texts are private. When Danny Rube sees it, you know you can trust with text. But come on, let me share this one. I don't know if I'm going to see him today. Let me ask his PR guy if he can jump on a quick 5-minute FaceTime with you. No thanks? Well, a FaceTime? A PR guy? I'm not looking for talking points. I'm looking for inside info. I'm looking to, how's the champ feeling right now in this moment? He's got a lot of options coming at him. He's got a named opponent in Sean Strickland. He is what we all believe, including him, to be a number one contenders fight in Whitaker versus Chimaev, which could give you 2 number one contenders at the same time. And he just got called out by, when Sean O'Malley's not fighting, the biggest star in the sport. Like, he is in a wildly successful situation right now. What would the PR guy tell me? What would that possibly be? PR guy? Why would you have a PR guy? The UFC has a PR department. If you need PR done, good thing you got a promoter, because he has a department of PR. Now, I don't want to give that person a hard time, by the way, and they're probably a friend of mine. I probably know who it is. I don't think it's Danny. I don't think it's Jen. I'm not giving the PR a hard time. I'm just sharing with you, where would that come from and what is it that I could get from the PR department that I could share with you guys? Like, imagine it from my standpoint, which is the very one I laid out for my friend, Danny Rubenstein. I am making YouTube bits, of which you happen to be a subscriber and you comment on them all the time, which I appreciate, but you know my format and you know the game over here. I gotta have something fun to say that's unique and different from somebody else. That used to be very easy to do until everybody began copying me. Now I gotta stay a step ahead. In addition, I need something called a thumbnail to make you guys click on it in the first place. Now, let me just ask you. We're all here together, but let me just ask you. Dricus Du Plessis told me. That's one option. I spoke to a PR person for 5 minutes on FaceTime about Dricus Du Plessis. Could I even do that? Would you even click on that? How could Rube think that these were equitable? How would these be equitable? And why would I need to do a FaceTime, by the way? I have social anxiety. I don't want to just be out there, right? I don't want to just, it's midnight at my house. I'm in my robe. I don't know if I want you. It's one of these things. And if it's going to be the same rinse and repeat that you're giving anyway, I could just say I talked to the PR guy, and it would be like I did. Hey, I talked to the PR guy, and guess what? Well, they sure was an honor to share the cage. And I think we can bury the hatchet here. And I don't think we're going to have to run this one back. And we sure have a lot of respect for the division, and told that Sean Strickland's next, and that may be, but we want to do the right thing, and we think that Chimaev and Whitaker should be given a good... what is it I possibly would have gotten? And then Rube could have bailed me out too. Like, Rube himself could have said, hey, I haven't talked to DDP, but... And then I could have said, spoke to Danny Rube, DDP's manager. Here's what... But you know what? Instead, I have nothing. They left me with a big, heaping pile of nothing. And I would just like to thank them. I would like to say thank you all. Thank you, entire team DDP, for nothing